Gentles Go Crypto Investing, and this is your top cryptocurrency influencer channel on blockchain technology, breaking news, coin updates, gold and silver bullion, and exposing the criminal gangsters that have infiltrated the United States government, the Federal Reserve, and the world banking system in order to knock down and beat down the retail trader and investor and manipulate the market. And this market is heavily manipulated. And if we get in and bell notification like that channel, as we get into the chart, you'll see the big news that lined up with the technicals that lined up with the judge speaking back here on a manipulated and orchestrated and executed flawlessly pump by the market manipulators to pump the price up, to trick the retail trader, and at the same time force some shorts to cover, to take profit, which turns it into buy orders. At the same time, you're having the news line up with the technicals and 2.5 year long wait on a judge initial statement on XRP security, not security, and then everybody bought at the same time, orchestrated and executed flawlessly to trap in a huge number of people up here just a few short weeks later to less than a month later, knock the price back down from its swing high to its swing low, roughly 54%, thus getting lots of confusing and fleecing people out of hard-earned fucking money that are soft hands, weak hands, that only bought in based on the market manipulation, the orchestration, and the spreading of the FOMO by influencers that have been infiltrated by those criminal gangsters and paid promoters that are paid to fleece, heist, and shiest and spread misinformation and FOMO to keep the retail trader not knowing what's true, what's false, and just keeping them beaten down and losing trades. But we kept you up to date on here. We told you don't buy in on this pump, that there would be better buying opportunities. And then we had the big flush. We gave you, if we take a look at in the 4-hour time frame, we gave you that big heads up back here. If you watch a few of those videos, check out my description below. Go look at these videos that we put out right about here at the beginning of August, talking about a 32.69% crash. And then from that day that we made that post, the price went down from the top part of this blue trading zone all the way down to the wick bottom, 40.2%. We kept you out of the game. We kept you out ahead of what was actually going to happen. We kept our emotions and all the hype and all the momentum and all the fleecing on the sidestep and on the doorstep, and we just gave you straight facts and information and let you know that the price was probably going to come down. Now what you're looking at in the hour time frame is if we can't get a nice pump. You can see we talked about the last video, we were in this bearish continuation pattern, a rising wedge, which is a bullish continuation pattern but bearish reversal pattern at the top. And now what you're going to look, as you broke down through there, got a little bit of a volume spike on the initial dump. You would like to look to see if you can come back up now and back test this as major upper resistance and confirm a breakdown now, either retesting the orange falling wedge or retesting the blue rising channel, right? Either one of those on a back test, if you get rejected, that's a big bearish confirmation, and that would signify that you're coming down to 42 cents at this local double bottom. If we look at the daily time frame and the moving average, is what we were talking about 2 days ago, is what is most likely to happen and is continuing to happen, is you're seeing the 200 start to level off, the 50 or the shorter term moving average moving ever so closely to the mid-range moving average, the 100-day in blue, and eventually you're going to get this red to cross through the blue and then eventually cross through the green, and then the blue is going to cross through the green, and the green's going to end up on top, the blue's going to end up over it, and then the red is going to end up underneath, and it's going to go the exact opposite of what you have now, and it's going to go red at the bottom, followed by blue, and then green at the top, which would be a bearish pattern. And when they line up like that, that's bearish. When you have the 50-day moving average on top of the 100-day, which is over the 200-day in green, that's bullish, right? But we're looking at these to start crossing, and I think that's exactly what's going to happen, just like back here on this initial pump back in April. You can see the moving averages in the daily time frame. The short-term moving average crossed the longer term moving average, the green, it crossed the 100-day in blue back here. and then it crossed the 200-day in green back here in early April, and now this would be in the next week to 2 weeks. If the price action continues, this would be the first bearish cross of the shorter term moving average back underneath of the 200-day since April of 2023, nearly a half a year long. And that's what we're looking at in the XRP price right now. It's very bearish right now. I can see a way where if we come back down to this 37 cents and we fail on a double bottom and start to breach these low levels in the next couple of weeks, you're coming back to the VP volume indicator between that 28 and 31 cents. Right? You got the 37 cents as major support. That's been major support for a better part of a year. But if we come all the way back down, and I'm warning you now, and you come back to this VP volume indicator in red, 28 to 32 cents, and if you break that, that's going to signify a big bearish reversal, and it'll be the first time we've been below the VP volume indicator since the Wayback Machine when we slipped bearish and actually confirmed it way back here in September of 2019 when we got extremely bearish, right? And we were coming near a bottom, but we had big moves to the downside. We had a better than on this flush during COVID, a 62% capitulation back there. And that's something that you could see if you slip too much below this and you confirm this as slipping the VP volume indicator for the first time in the better part of almost 3 years, you could have a 60 to 69% collapse. If we do get down there, but that's another discussion for another time and a different day. But we're going to continue to watch out for that as we have a couple of patterns that are breaking down bearish, but there could be intermittent bullish moves. The XLM is the same thing. You can see we bounced off the longer term moving average and the 10-cent level. That's major support and resistance. We were talking about this when the price was coming down, that you would want to hold this 10 cents. And right now we wicked, just like XRP wicked down to that 41 cents. We wicked straight down to the 10 cents. The buyers were stacked there. We pumped the price up. Now we're running up against this moving averages that are trying to keep the price down. And we're running up against the major overhead resistance now at 13.5 cents. And like we were warning, this could be a technical hook-nosed Jew bearish reversal pattern where if you get back below the 10 cents or for a double bottom and you can't hold it, you're floating all the way back down to the orange trading zone. And we all know the orange trading zone is the last line of defense to the shit house. And the shit house is way down there at the press level, as you can see there. And that is actually the golden accumulation zone if we can get back down there. And that's what we're watching out for, as our technical target did get hit out of this slanted head and shoulders topping reversal pattern. The technical target was the 10.5 cents. Like, subscribe, and share. Peace and love.